Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about the fact that Coastal Scents has closed down very abruptly. And I have some thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts. So we are going to I pulled out some Coastal Scents eyeshadows. This is a Coastal Scents eyeshadow palette that I did myself. It's a custom palette with some of their singles. So we are going to do an eye look. I'm going to share some thoughts because I've featured Coastal Scents quite a lot on my channel, and I have thoughts. I have lots of thoughts, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful things. I think this palette says it all, so we are gonna do something fun and colorful today. And if you're interested in seeing more color on your timeline, or if you're just still in love with makeup like I am, please don't forget to subscribe because I actually upload 5 videos a week. Okay. I have thoughts, I have lots of thoughts. While I apply some eye primer, let me pull up what Coastal Scents sent out as a mail to like the customers, and what you can read on the website right now if you go to coastalscents.com. Because Coastal Scents, I mean, they just closed down like that. They did not do a Becca. They did not do a like, we're closing down in 6 months. They're like, we're closing down now. And if you made an order, we will refund it. And I will say, it makes me a little bit curious to know what made them close down this abruptly. Not a closing down sale, no like heads up, not even shipping out the orders that was already placed, like they were literally refunded the orders. I don't think I've ever seen anything close down like that, unless it's like bankruptcy. I decided to zoom in a little bit. If you're interested in any of the things that are on my face, I will always link everything I can down in the description box. Obviously not the eyeshadows though, so I'm not even going to talk about which eyeshadows I use. I'm literally just going to pull eyeshadows because all the mattes I'm going to be using are going to be Coastal Scents. I'm just a little bit shocked, okay? I'm a little bit shocked. Let me be. What I wanted to say about the closing down so abruptly is either they went like bankrupt and like basically the bank was like, we're pulling the plug, or maybe they had already planned that they were closing down and they were able to sell the products that they still had in stock to someone else, and they just decided that we're stopping now. I honestly don't know, but it does open up for some questions, the way that they closed it down, because I haven't seen a brand close down that abruptly before, or like make a thing about it, because brands disappear. Brands disappear and you don't even think about it. And maybe if you were a customer of the brand, you will like further down the road, you'll be like, where did that brand go? And then you realize that they're gone. Because I feel like, and this is the main thing that I was thinking about, like when this all happened. Because I saw it on Twitter, I saw Temptalia tweet about it. I love Temptalia. Listen, she's the best. She's the OG. I cannot wait for her collab with Sydney Grace to come out, because I love Sydney Grace and I love Temptalia. That's not what this video is about. But I saw her post about it, and the first thing I thought about, because I didn't see then that they had already closed down, so weird. The first thing I thought about was, I forgot about Coastal Scents, which is weird because I have done quite a lot of videos about Coastal Scents on my channel. I will pop up a thumbnail of like the first video that I did about Coastal Scents on my channel, and it was basically like me swatching a bunch of neutrals, to be honest. I just bought like the best sellers, and I just decided that I was gonna haul Coastal Scents on my channel, and that video did really good. Like, imagine that I was a teeny weeny channel and the video got over 10,000 views, which is a lot when you're a teeny tiny channel, let me tell you. And the interest for Coastal Scents was big at the time. People were interested in the Coastal Scents sale because they used to have hot pot sales, because they called their single shadows hot pots. And I think they changed that as well. And I'm not 100% sure if that was like a good decision, because sometimes like people recognizing a brand is like alpha and omega. And there was something about the Coastal Scents hot pots that was like a thing Their single shadows, they were the first single shadows I tried, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I tried them before I tried Makeup Geek because I was thinking that I wasn't sure if I was gonna like single shadows, and I didn't want to splurge on Makeup Geek before I had even tried like the concept. So I remember buying from Coastal Scents and making this video way back, like 5 years back, maybe even 5.5 years back, like way back. And I was just swatching Coastal Scents, and it was a thing then, their sale that they had once a year. People were looking for Coastal Scents videos when the sale comes, because the hot pots were very affordable then. And I don't remember, was it like a $2 hot pot or was it a $1 hot pot and then they changed it to $2? I'm not 100% sure, but like their single shadows was affordable. And let me tell you, the single shadows from Coastal Scents, are they the best single shadows in the world? No. But as you can see, they are vibrant and they are definitely workable. They are very, if not the exact same as the old Morphe. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all from the same factory. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. So where did it go wrong? Because Coastal Scents used to be like a household name with their big, was it 88 color eyeshadow palettes? I don't think I had one of those from Coastal Scents, but I mean, they were like private labeled eyeshadow palettes. You could buy them from Coastal Scents, you can buy them from AliExpress or eBay. They were all basically the exact same thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. And they were workable shadows. There was nothing wrong with them. Like, you could make good looks with it. I wasn't 100% sold with the way that the shadows performed, those in the really big palettes, because I felt like something with the quality changed when they got into those super small pans, because those palettes used to have super small pans. But there was nothing like really inherently wrong with them. Like, I have tried worse eyeshadows that was especially colorful eyeshadows from more expensive brands. So where did it go wrong? That's the thing. Where did it go wrong, and where did it go to us totally forgetting the brand existed? Because that is what happened. We forgot this brand existed. I did. Didn't you? Didn't you? I think that Coastal Scents basically crawled so that Morphe and Colourpop could run. Because the big difference between Colourpop and Morphe and Coastal Scents is not necessarily the quality. It is the marketing and the way the makeup was presented. Because when you came to Coastal Scents, the makeup looked like affordable, like private label makeup, which it is. But so was Morphe. But Morphe marketed their makeup with the YouTubers, they gave out affiliate codes, and I mean, listen, Coastal Scents, they tried. They really did try. I'm gonna be honest with you, I got messages from Coastal Scents. Listen, I have gotten messages both from Coastal Scents and from Morphe asking me to do unpaid sponsored work. Yes, you didn't think that, did you? But Morphe was backed by some of the biggest YouTubers, and Coastal Scents, I guess, was hoping that the way that they had been popular in the beginning of the beauty YouTube was gonna help them transition to the next step, but it never happened because they didn't really have the support. They didn't really have the support of like the bigger beauty gurus. And they also didn't have the innovation or the marketing strategies as like Morphe had, or Colourpop has like their own factory with their own formulas and their pretty packaging and the PR team. And Coastal Scents, they just fell behind. They fell behind. They weren't sending PR to anyone except if you promised that you were gonna do a video with it, which is sponsored content. If you do a video in exchange for product, that is a sponsored content. I know people don't want to think about it that way, but trust me, that is how the IRS is seeing it. If you're receiving product in exchange for a service, which your video is, then that is a sponsored content. But Coastal Scents was not sending out any PR. They didn't have any contact with any of the bigger influencers. They literally didn't have anyone pushing their products, and they also didn't really innovate. They didn't come out with any new shadows or any new concepts. They did still do some of their like affordable palettes, but it didn't look interesting enough to like lure in the masses, and they also didn't have a really good marketing. They didn't send PR to any of the people that could have helped promote their brand. I think that they just probably froze and they didn't know what to do because nobody was talking about them. And they didn't really do anything to change that, other than hoping that they could make people promise that they were gonna do videos if they receive PR. But that's not how PR works. And I know that a lot of people that have a little bit bigger numbers, and I'm even talking about me here, because I declined that, because I was like, no, I like your brand. I even told them, I'm like, I like your brand, and had you just sent me PR, I probably would have used it on my channel. But now that you're telling me that you want me to do a sponsored video in exchange for some $1 eyeshadows, I'm not interested anymore. So they just went about everything in the absolute wrong way. And I'm so sad to see them go. And here's the thing. Oh my god, let me fix my lower lash line and we can talk about this whole like brands that are closing down. All the thoughts we had about wow, which brands were closing down and which brands were not closing down, and why no one mentioned Coastal Scents. Why didn't we? Okay, I just put a little under my eyes as well, and I'm gonna cut this crease a bit. I have blended out the green with a little yellow, and I thought maybe if I bring in a little more yellow, it could be pretty. I love doing these like very dramatic but fun and colorful looks. If you want to recreate something like this, I basically have a dark blue blended into a mint and a foresty green, like more of a true Kermit green, not a foresty green, blended into yellow. And then I have the same colors under my eyes, and I'm just gonna cut the crease and put some yellow here as well, blended into green, blended into blue. That is the plan. Okay, speaking of like the reasons why I think that like we didn't think about Coastal Scents when we were talking about brands that were like going under. I'm still using Coastal Scents shadows, by the way. I thought I was gonna bring in something else for shimmers, but I think I'm just gonna continue with my Coastal Scents look. So here's the thing. We forgot about Coastal Scents, and that is the reason that they're probably not in business anymore, because we forgot about them. So when we were thinking about all the brands that we thought was gonna go under after Becca, nobody said Coastal Scents because we forgot they existed. We didn't think about them because we didn't remember that they were a thing. And it made me wonder, like, what other brands did we totally forget about, to the point that now that we're talking about this today, we can't remember. We can't remember what brands. Because I am sure that there are brands that I have used in my life and bought from that now that I think back of it, I don't even know which brands they were. I couldn't remember or tell you. And they probably don't exist. And I don't think about it. Because I was talking about this with my friends and they were like, oh, why don't you talk about other brands that you forgot about? And I'm like, how can I do that when I have forgotten about them? If I were to do a video about brands that I forgot about, I wouldn't even have mentioned Coastal Scents because I forgot she existed. I forgot she was a thing. And they were just, this yellow is not super pigmented. And this was the thing with Coastal Scents, and let's be honest, Morphe as well, is that some shadows are great, some shadows are, well, a bit so-so, let's be honest. But they were still very much worth the price and then some. As you can tell, I just find this very, very fascinating. Because somehow you keep thinking that brands won't go under, but like, why wouldn't they go under? And I think the thing that made this whole thing with Coastal Scents a bit for me is because that used to be the backbone of my channel. I used to make so many videos about Coastal Scents. I used to mention them so much on my channel. And they made a big deal about them not being a thing anymore. Like they sent out mails to everyone on their mailing list, even people like me that haven't shopped from them for years and years and years. And they made a full statement like, we are closed from now. Like, it was literally going out with a bang, but not a positive bang. It was just like a whop whop. Yeah, and it just surprised me. Let me finish this up and I can finish this video. Am I rambling? Probably. Can you tell I'm shocked? I'm a little bit shocked. This is an OG brand that was there and was big and poppin' before a lot of the brands that are big and poppin' were even like thought of. It's like the grandmother of like influencer brands is just gone. Yes, I'm doing the ultra glamorous look today, but this is the life I'm living. So what did I want to say about this video really? I am shocked that Coastal Scents is closing. And the main reason is that they gave us no heads up, they just closed. And this is an OG brand, like this was at the start of the beauty community. This was a brand that was very hyped and there's nothing wrong with the quality. Like you can see my eye look, there is nothing wrong with this quality. They just couldn't keep up with PR, with promotions, with releases, with innovation. They got run over by other brands with better PR teams, better marketing teams, and that's just the way it is. So I think that the story of Coastal Scents and the story of also like Becca is something for brands to remember. It doesn't matter how hyped you are at one point. If you cannot keep up, you will be forgotten. You will be ran over by other brands with innovation, better PR teams. And the audience, the consumers, the influencers, they're very fickle. They might love something one day and then they might declutter you the next day. And yeah, things just come and go. Things just come and go. I'm really living for this very glam look. Let me know what you think. Did you own anything from Coastal Scents? Do you still, like me, own something from Coastal Scents that have survived all of the declutters? I actually did declutter my other Coastal Scents shadows though because they were so old and I didn't reach for them, but I still have this one with colorful shadows because I still reach for them. And I mean, look at this. There's nothing wrong with this look. So let me know your thoughts down below. What are your Coastal Scents memory? Maybe even some of you found me through my Coastal Scents videos because I've done a lot of those videos and they were actually pretty popular. That was everything for this video. Do not forget to subscribe and I will see you again tomorrow in a new video. Bye!